Oh, this is awkward. I don't really like this episode. It starts on the right hoof at least. It's nice to see them beginning the new episode with a direct correlation to the season opener. Having Twilight searching through her books for some shred of information about the mystery box from the Tree of Harmony is a great way to start us off. I had hoped the events of the first episode would lead to overarching events, and it's nice to see that they are, seemingly, going to do that. Twilight Corn seems to be getting a much better handle on those wings at least. It's a little creepy that Spike and Twilight receive a letter from Celestia right at the moment that Twilight was musing about whether or not Celestia would have any idea about tracking down more information. And does Celestia actually know if there is a book in the castle that can help Twilight gather information on the mystery box? She didn't really seem to know anything when they found it, correct me if I'm wrong, so the question stands, is she being helpful or just good old Trelestia? Wow, okay, better is one thing. Are her flight skills buffed when in the proximity of books? Also, while we're in the library, why were the star spiders emphasized? Both around Spike and then brought up by Cheesy Gordita, but then dropped completely. I don't think I saw another one after Fluttershy brought them up. Some star spider season that was. Wow, the most daring dare any pony ever dare another pony to dare seemed really cool. Full body covered bee staring contest. But that fell flat when you realized they were fully covered in bee suits and in no actual danger. Though it's nice to see a return of the competition between Best Background Pony and Rainbow Crash, we haven't seen too much of the competitive spirit since the running of the leaves. Hopefully this means Applejacks might actually get some kind of development in this season. The pairing of Applejack and Rainbow Dash, as well as Rarity and Fluttershy, is great. I always figured these sets would hang out with each other in their free time, and we haven't just gotten to see our best pony just hanging out with Fluttershy since green isn't your color? As far as Rarity going to the castle to restore the tapestries, this seems odd. At least odd in the sense that she chose now to do so. I mean, they've only been moldering for what, over 1,000 years? But today seems like a nice day we'll just drag scaredy feathers through the ever freaking free forest that no pony likes to go into. Because now seems as good as any time to go on a castle tour. Oh, and treasure trove of ancient good taste? There are only 2 tapestries in that room, and most of the architecture is rubble. Despite being a rather tired setup of the friends just missing each other from room to room, it does make for some nice smooth scene transitions from group to group. The whole a portion of Nightmare Moon's power remaining and taking the form of the Pony of Shadows feels like an old mare's tale. Interesting if that actually turns out to be a genuine antagonist, but at the same time it could be so very lame. Why, sweet Celestia, would the sisters have even built in these convoluted traps and weird doors to begin with? Were they just bored and had too much free labor standing around? I know it was supposed to be something for Luna, but it's just weird. Not to mention the whole creepy castle motif that is being attempted with the random traps and the paintings with the eyes that move just feels weak. We know the girls are in no danger, so ultimately we are left to sit back and watch them scare each other over what we perceive as nothing. If it had been set up as a horror episode with them descending into the castle after some malevolent force, the events might have carried weight. My oddly favorite part this round is with Applejack and Rainbow Dash going down the spiral staircase. Rainbow is just floating down with AJ walking, but it gives it dimension and a sense of depth by having AJ cross in and out of frame while they are talking. Small moment, but I love how it was done. Oh, and when Cheesy Gordita and Best Pony were trapped in the little room, did any pony else notice the chalk ticks on the wall? Random, but I have a question now about who was trapped in there and if it's counting in hours or days. Ugh. The continued reiteration of their individual motivations for being there is just unnecessary. Why do they keep talking about looking for Angel Bunny, restoring the tapestries, or being bravest pony? They all know why they are there, so do we. Do they think the audience has such a short attention span? Because what they're saying certainly isn't for each other, since no pony seems to care what the other says after the first introduction to motivation. I already find Cheesy Gordita annoying, and every time she brings up her worries about Angel Bunny, it just grates on me. Speaking of Angel Bunny, his laugh creeps me out. It's like a child's laugh in a Silent Hill-esque game. Who the heck walks backwards through a place that freaks them out? Checking behind you is one thing, but just straight up walking backwards? And they are so high on nerves that they what? Can't hear the hoof falls of their friends? And how are they freaking out in such a small room that they don't seem to notice each other? How can they be freaking out so hard they don't see the others 2 feet away? Ah! The lesson. Oh, the lesson. Your friends were the reason you were afraid. You all spent the whole night freaking each other out. I'm sure the lesson was supposed to be about Twilight, but no. Just, no. However, the journal is a good idea. Now that Twilight is no longer a student to Celestia, but a princess herself, it doesn't make much sense for her to write in each week. This gives a good transition for the lessons each episode. Wait, didn't we come here looking for a book on the mystery box? When did that get kicked in the head? So much for an overarching storyline. Maybe it was too much to hope for that we would get episodic continuity. No, can't call it in yet. Only third episode. But if you're going to do an episode with nothing to do with the arc, at least don't tease us with the potential for new information. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or feel I missed something, leave a comment in the comment section below. Give me a like and follow me if you feel like it, and you can even follow me on Twitter at thisisthetag.